Thank you for joining us tonight. You're now with me, Shel Shamnator, for TVS Nightline. We begin with the headlining stories. Now, the world at your fingertips. That is the future envisioned by Sara-X for Sarawak. By the touch of a finger, Sarawakians can now enjoy a variety of services and extra income through the digital platform.
Sara-X, or Sarawak Expert, is the brainchild of the Centre of Technical Excellence, Centex, and was introduced since November last year with a 3-month trial run. According to its Managing Director, Shahrin Yusri, the app provides an avenue for locals to kickstart their business online and earn additional income.
Saya katakan tadi merupakan satu app untuk memudahkan orang ramai mendapatkan perkhidmatan dalam bidang teknikal. Contohnya, kalau anda inginkan perkhidmatan grass cutter, pemotong rumput, inginkan perkhidmatan hair stylist. Hair stylist ni yang melibatkan dalam potong rambut dan sebagainya. Perkhidmatan electrical yang memerlukan electrician. Perkhidmatan air conditioning services. Jadi mereka ini yang di-book melalui Sara-X akan datang ke rumah anda.
He added that Sara-X is still looking for more service providers to make the app whole. There are 3 categories of eligible partners, which include Centex students, alumni of technical institutes, and experienced technical service providers. However, interested parties in the alumni of technical institutes and experienced technical service providers category would have to attend a Centex course to be eligible as service providers.
Tapi apapun, mereka akan melalui satu proses datang ke Centex untuk diberi kursus yang dipanggil RPE, Recognition Prior Experience. Jadi kursus tu ataupun training tersebut akan dibuat 1 hari untuk memberi sijil pengiktirafan yang diberi oleh Centex lah. Golongan ketiga, siapa golongan ketiga penyedia perkhidmatan yang mungkin tidak mempunyai sijil-sijil akademik lah, contohnya mungkin tidak ada diploma, degree dan sebagainya, ataupun sijil-sijil kemahiran lain, tetapi mempunyai experience, pengalaman. So mereka juga boleh menjadi penyedia perkhidmatan dengan syarat they have to come to Centex and undergo the training. Itu RP.
The Sara-X app is now in operation in Kuching, Samarahan and Lundu and can be downloaded from Google Play and the Apple App Store.
Meanwhile, entrepreneurs who are interested in micro businesses will be assisted with the new micro financing scheme. The financing scheme will offer funds up to 20,000 ringgit under the Ministry of Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs (KPDN HEP) from PNS.
The said scheme is provided by the government to assist those who want to start businesses with low capital but with higher returns. A health and beauty company, the All Unique is among the chosen franchises under PNS to participate in the financing scheme. Among the eligibility criteria for the micro franchise package of 20,000 ringgit is the minimum age of 21 years but not more than 65 years.
Dalam BIT ni pula, kita juga mencari peniaga yang ingin menjadi franchisee kepada franchisor tadi. Contoh stall burger Shahrin for example. Saya jadi franchisor, saya ingin cari franchisee. So loan dalam BIT ni, Business in Transformation ni, boleh menjadi sehingga 25,000. 25,000 untuk kita menjadi franchisee. Untuk franchisor ni 500,000. Tapi itu kerjasama yang kita akan explore selepas ni. Buat masa ini, hari ini kami buka untuk sesiapa saja ingin menjadi usahawan franchise Sara-X Alunik. Jadi 20 up to 20,000. Saya dah beritahukan syarat-syarat tadi dan saya harap peluang ini diambil.
And the Sarawak Police will cordon off the Gunung Tabai in Bau to curb illegal gold mining activities in the area. Sarawak Police Commissioner Dato' Aidi Ismail stressed that his forces will also discuss with Bau District Office to look for a holistic solution at addressing the matter and avoid any untoward event.
Supaya tak dibenarkan orang mari masuk kawasan tu. Dan saya kata cara mereka buat mengamuk tu memang bahayalah. Bahaya tidak mengikut. Lagipun masing-masing ambil peluang untuk mengambil melomong segera haram lah tu. Jadi saya dah minta supaya pihak di Cordoned kawasan tu jangan dibenarkan lagi ramai masuk kawasan tu lah. Jadi benda ni mungkin lah bila tak berlaku apa-apa mungkin benda ni tak nampak. Tapi saya nasihatkanlah orang ramai supaya jangan jaga keselamatan diri, janganlah mengambil peluang untuk buat perkara yang boleh membahayakan diri sendiri.
Cooperation with the Residence Office and District Office will also be bolstered to enhance enforcement in the area. The police will work together with the relevant agencies to declare the area as a no-go zone. Hence, the public who are found to be in the vicinity will be detained for trespassing.
On the other hand, the Sarawak state government has given the green light for the opening of Ramadan bazaars throughout the Muslims' fasting month, starting April 12 to May 12. Based on TVS's survey, a majority welcomes the announcement. However, its operations have to be in compliance with the standard operating procedures, or
Nang patut karena lama tu dah COVID nak. Ni tak peluang orang cari duit tu waktu bulan puasa.
Memang patut pun sebab rindu juga nak tengok pasar Ramadan macam dulu, meriah macam dulu.
Mun kita asyik buka. Orang lain kan harap rezeki si aja.
Patut dibuka untuk mengembalikan mood raya.
Kita hadapi COVID sudah lebih kurang 1 tahun mah. Okey, kalau SOP dia atur bagus-bagus, boleh buka. Kita jaga kita sendiri, jaga kawan jaga dia sendiri, jaga kita, no problem.
The Sarawak State Disaster Management Committee, SDMC, in a statement said that operators must obtain approval from divisional disaster management committees beforehand to open. Operators and workers at the bazaars are required to take a PCR swab test and show a negative result. Periodic inspection will be conducted to ensure compliance with the SOP.
On to the COVID-19 development, as Sarawak recorded 308 new cases of COVID-19 today. At the same time, the death toll in the state climbed to 101, with 2 more deaths recorded in Cebu.
The latest death involves a 72-year-old woman and an 88-year-old man. The spike in new cases today was largely contributed by Serian's Chupak cluster and Bintulu's close contact screening. Serian topped the list with a total of 66 new cases, followed by Bintulu at 60 and Cebu at 58. Meanwhile, Chupak cluster in Serian recorded the highest increase of cases today at 47. This followed by the Tanjong Genting cluster in Meradong with 44, Jalan Sanyan cluster in Cebu at 36 and Kiba cluster in Cebu at 10. In another development, Beluru district has been classified as a yellow zone from green after recording 5 new COVID-19 cases over the past 2 weeks. All of the new cases detected in Beluru were from close contact screening. On the nationwide scale, new COVID-19 cases increased slightly today with 1,360 new infections. Selangor again topped the list with 356 new infections, followed by Sarawak at 308. This brings the cumulative number of local COVID-19 infections to 338,168.
On the other hand, Sarawak recorded the highest number of individuals who have completed the full vaccination regimen, with 10,643 of the 74,289 people nationwide of yesterday. The Health Ministry also disclosed that a total of 436,687 people have received their first dose of vaccine during the same period.
Kelantan at 7,922 came in second, followed by Kuala Lumpur at 7,769. Health Minister Datuk Sri Dr. Adham Baba said the total number of the first and second doses of COVID-19 vaccine in the country currently stands at 510,097. Dr. Adham said Selangor recorded the highest number of individuals receiving the first dose at 60,521, followed by Perak at 49,528 and Sabah at 41,415.
Welcome back. Now, following the next news, as former national sprint champion Watson Nyambe is one of the individuals featured in 4 COVID-19 vaccine awareness promotional videos. The videos aim to provide information and promote awareness about the importance of vaccines in preventing COVID-19 infections.
The videos were launched by the Miri Division Disaster Management Committee, JPBB. The videos last between 56 seconds and 1.5 minutes and are produced in the English, Malay, Chinese and Iban languages. JPBB Miri said apart from Watson, other individuals featured include Datuk Lee Kim Shin, the State Minister in charge of JPBB Miri, and 2 medical experts, Datuk Dr. Pham Tem Lom and Dr. Faizul Mansoor. JPBB Miri Chairman Abdul Aziz said the second and third phases of the National COVID-19 Immunization Program will begin next month. The second phase will involve the public at large.
A new group of recipients in the second phase of the COVID-19 vaccination program list is expected to be announced on Monday. This in view that the registration for the second phase was not full at achieving target. Therefore, the committee decided to give priority to other categories to expedite the process.
The Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation said several new groups categorized as economic frontliners and other groups would be added. Its coordinating minister for the National COVID-19 Immunization Program, Kari Jamaluddin, said the recipients of this second phase was agreed at the Vaccine Supply Access Guarantee Special Committee level. The second phase of the National COVID-19 Immunization Program will be carried out from April to August 2021. Kari said they would also be adding more vaccination centres in phase 2 and 3 to expedite the process.
For the first time ever, the Sarawak State Mosques Welfare Trust Board launched their official flag and banner. Its Chief Executive Officer, Dato' Abang Abdul Wahab Abang Julai, said the flag and banners represent LAK-MNS's own identity so that it is recognised worldwide.
The launching of the flag is also served as strength and readiness in providing its service to society. The use of bright yellow, green and gold on the flag and banners is in line with its vision to become a world-class Islamic board.
Penentuan warna untuk bendera adalah di mana warna kuning cerah bermaksud tegas, ceria serta optimis. Juga ia mengabarkan kesetiaan kepada raja dan pemerintah. Lambang Lembaga Amanah Kebajikan Masjid Negeri Sarawak diperdudukan tengah-tengah bendera pula, diilustrasikan dengan warna hijau berbentuk segi empat, melambangkan kesepaduan, sementara putaran garisan warna keemasan membawa maksud syumul ataupun dalam bahasa Inggerisnya inclusiveness dalam suatu usaha yang dilakukan secara menyeluruh.
The banners will be used at all official ceremonies organised by the Mosque Welfare Trust Board in the future.
And the police should equip and empower their capability in mastering the laws in the face of mounting threats and challenges. Apart from that, they are also told to equip themselves with sophisticated assets, gadgets and arms.
Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin said PDRM should step up the participation of its personnel and officers in local and international programs to acquire more global and latest exposure.
Operasi dan kerjasama strategik di peringkat antarabangsa yang dijalankan oleh PDRM selama ini mampu meletakkan pasukan keselamatan negara ini sebaris dengan pasukan keselamatan dari negara-negara luar.
Discipline and integrity should be 2 core values of PDRM members in order to build strong law enforcement with integrity, aside from a sense of belonging to the force. Commenting further, PDRM has succeeded well in ensuring its relevancy in its 214 years of service. However, there is still room for improvement for PDRM to raise its level of professionalism and preparedness in shouldering the trust.
InsyaAllah, berbekalkan niat yang ikhlas dan kerjasama berpasukan yang jitu, saya yakin dan percaya upayaan pasukan PDRM dalam memelihara kedaulatan dan keamanan negara akan dapat terus dipertingkatkan serta nama baik PDRM akan kekal harum dalam kalangan seluruh rakyat Malaysia.
Meanwhile, an allocation of 30 million ringgit had been allocated for the purchase of body cameras for police personnel to protect them from slander and criminals. Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin believed that the use of the high-tech and sophisticated device will boost the morale and confidence of police personnel on duty.
Dengan penggunaan kamera badan berteknologi tinggi dan canggih, saya percaya moral dan keyakinan anggota PDRM dapat dipertingkatkan semasa melakukan operasi dan juga penugasan yang telah ditetapkan.
He added even though it included additional cost, the government would continue to provide allocations to acquire equipment for the police force. Meanwhile, the government would extend the 500 ringgit remuneration to all recipients of Pingat Jasa Pahlawan Negara PJPN.
Pemberian di bawah ini akan dimanfaatkan oleh lebih 80,000 penerima PJPN, termasuklah 40,000 penerima pingat yang sudah bersara dari penghematan.
Good news as the public can now directly pay their outstanding traffic summonses online through a newly launched web portal and mobile application My Bayar Saman in conjunction with the Maidan launch. The police said early birds were entitled to a 50% discount on selected traffic summonses until April 11.
As for the traffic offences not eligible for the early birds discounts, Abdul Hamid said this involved serious offences. These offences included jumping red lights, speeding, crossing double white lines, using a handphone while driving, and driving in emergency lanes. To use My Bayar Saman, one would need to go to the online portal at mybayar.rmp.gov.my or download the app to one's handphone.
Itulah. Saya harapkan dengan pelajaran sistem ini tadi, saya dipahamkan sudah lebih RM1 juta dikutip dalam masa hari ini saja kan. Dia mula dilancar malam tadi 12.01 minit malam tadi, dan sehingga saat ini tadi lebih kurang setengah jam sebelum ini tadi sudah mencecah 1 juta. So lebih 1 juta itu menunjukkan bahawa orang ramai amat mengharapkan sesuatu sistem yang memudahkan mereka. Kadang-kadang bukannya mereka tak nak bayar, ya. Mereka mengaku salah, insaf, dia nak bayar tapi susah. Ya, jadi
Thank you for staying with me. And the efforts to develop important infrastructure projects in Sarawak could help spearhead the state's socio-economic development. This was the view of Minister of Entrepreneur Development and Cooperatives, Datuk Seri Dr. Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jaafar, regarding the Batang Lupa construction bridge project that was launched recently.
The decision to resume the implementation of the Batang Lupa Bridge, costing 848 million ringgit and fully funded by the Sarawak State Government, was a clear indication of the leadership of Chief Minister Dato' Patinggi Abang Johari Tun Openg. The bridge construction project, initially estimated to cost around 1 billion ringgit, was agreed to be funded by both the state and federal governments. However, it was cancelled by the then Pakatan Harapan government. Now, the state government has decided to resume the implementation of the bridge project using its own funds. The bridge is expected to complete in 2025.
And the lowering of the voting age to 18 and the accompanying automatic voter registration will not be implemented this year as scheduled. The implementation of the initiative that was unanimously approved by Parliament in 2019 was delayed due to the COVID-19.
The Election Commission said it needed to evaluate new obstacles and persisting issues, as well account for the various movement control orders (MCO) that are in place. The automatic voter registration was approved in Parliament for the 15th general election in 2023, in accordance with Article 55(3) of the Federal Constitution. The voter automatic registration and Undi 18 can only be implemented after September 1st, 2022, after taking into account a few obstacles. Today, the Commission said there are 5.6 million unregistered voters aged 18 and over, but only 1.2 million of whom were between the ages of 18 and 20. The Commission urged those who were above 21 to register to vote at mysprdaftar.spr.gov.my or go to the state electoral offices or post office to register themselves.
Moving on to the next news, as the High Court in Kuala Lumpur has allowed the government to seize approximately 49 million ringgit in cash assets belonging to Tan Sri Larry Low Hock Peng. He is the father of missing businessman Low Teck Jo, who is better known as Joe Low.
No third parties had come forward to claim the money after the Federal Government Gazette, published by the Attorney General's Chamber, was made public on March 11. Justice Muhammad Zaini Mazlan allowed the forfeiture after he was informed by Deputy Public Prosecutor Shafinas Shabuddin. Shafinas said there are no third parties to claim all 7 assets owned by Low Hock Peng. She told the judge that Hock Peng had not appointed any counsel to represent him. She said third parties were given 10 days' notice to come forward and claim the assets. However, no one had come forward.
The quick actions of the residents of a longhouse, along with the aid of field workers using 36 units of fire extinguishers, had successfully prevented the 26-door Brain Longhouse, Oluswai, near Batu Niah, from being destroyed. Now, Miri Fire and Rescue Chief Low Po Kyong said the fire only fully consumed a kitchen in the longhouse.
According to Miri Rescue and Fire Chief Low Po Kyong, a 7-man team from the Batu Niah Fire Station rushed to the location soon after receiving a distress call at around 9:18 p.m. Law said no casualties were reported in the incident, while the cause of the fire and the total losses are still under investigation. The fortunate turn of events could be attributed to the fact that the 191 residents of the aforementioned longhouses have previously attended the fire safety program co-organized by the Fire and Rescue Department and Petronas Sabah Sarawak Gas Pipe SSGP in 2018.
Onto the sports development, as the 2021 All-England champion Lee Zijia is set to deliver a gold medal at the Tokyo Olympics in July. Therefore, the Badminton Association of Malaysia, or BAM, has taken a sensible approach of not putting additional pressure on Lee.
BAM said it was too early to set such a lofty target for Zijia. Its president Tan Sri Noza Zakaria said as their aim actually was to get the 22-year-old and his teammates to go for gold at the 2024 Olympics in Paris, France. Looking at the improvement made by Zijia, the association encouraged Lee to continue to do his best and at least try to win a medal in Tokyo.
And that concludes TVS Nightline for tonight. And as always, thank you for tuning in to your local news tonight. Here with me, Shamnator, and I'll see you next time. Have a good night.